Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we put on any makeup, I'm gonna share with you guys what I purchased from Fry's. I apologize for the reflection of the light on my glasses, but without my glasses I can't see anything, so just bear with me. So when I was grocery shopping, I came across some new makeup and I'm super excited for everything I got. And I only picked up a few things, things that I don't really have in my makeup collection already. And I've actually been seeing this brand MCoBeauty on YouTube recently. I saw that my friends had them, so I figure I would just give it a try. So the first thing that I got was the MCoBeauty Flawless Glow foundation. And I actually heard that this is very similar to the e.l.f. Halo Glow foundation, so I figure we can do some comparisons. The next thing I got was the 4-in-1 color corrector, and this is basically a concealer. I picked up the Miracle Flawless Pressed Powder. And then I picked up some correcting loose powder. So this one kind of has like a 4-in-1 like color correcting product. So it basically gives you a matte finish. It sets and blurs your face and it color corrects your skin tone. So I thought that was really interesting. And I guess it has like 4 different colors. And then I picked up the cheek and lip tint. And this is in the shade Dusk. Next, I picked up the Hydrating Face Primer. And I actually really like this packaging. It's interesting. And then the last thing that I picked up was Glow Lip Balm in the scent Candy. So everything I got here, some of them are e.l.f. dupes that I've noticed. So we'll go ahead and give them a shot. So before we put everything on, I want to try the lip balm. And so far, so the packaging is really nice. It kind of feels like a more expensive lip balm. I unfortunately threw away the receipt, but Fry's was having a 40% off sale on most of the items that I got. And I spent about $50 for all of these products. Really not a bad price for makeup. This packaging feels kind of like more like high-end packaging. Ooh, that smells really good. It smells like Sweethearts candy or like grape. It has like a really tart scent to it. I wonder why they didn't call this a gloss, because it feels like a lip gloss but without the stickiness. So for first impressions, this lip balm smells absolutely delicious. It glides on smoothly and I really like it. It's not sticky at all. So I would definitely pick up more flavors if I see any. And I've really been slacking off on priming my eyebrows. I just haven't been in the mood for dealing with my eyebrows, to be honest. And the past week, I don't know if it's because of the weather or something, but I've been getting like, my glasses have been giving me like sores on my nose. And I'm not sure why. And then for moisturizer today, I'm going to be using my Neutrogena Hydro Boost. So I got a new phone this week and I'm actually really excited because this means that I can actually put out videos on time without having to worry about my phone issue, specifically my phone storage problem. So that old phone that I had, for some reason the storage was just not working out for me, and anytime I recorded a video it would stop mid-filming and I would either have to re-record the video or upload it to my Dropbox, which took hours and hours to do. and it got super annoying, super inconvenient. It made like editing videos and doing YouTube a lot harder. So I'm just glad I got rid of that phone. This phone actually has like more storage and all of my apps work, which is great. Just excited to actually post videos on time and they won't be months late. There's like an anti-theft like device on here and I cannot get it off, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. That's super annoying. I can't even get that plastic stuff off. So this is the foundation, and this foundation is literally like the same thing as the e.l.f. foundation. Like it has like that wand. And I'm actually going to do a quick comparison. I'm just gonna do it on my hand for now. So this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow. And then this is the MCoBeauty. And the colors might be a little bit different just because I'm not the best when it comes to matching my skin tone. And to get the real results, I'll have to actually put it on my face, but yeah, they're very similar. They both have like that dewy finish. And actually the MCoBeauty is really soft. Also forgot to share, I got the MCoBeauty Bouncy Jelly Cheek and Lip Tint. And this I'm actually going to be using on my cheeks today. And actually, you know what? This one, now that I remember it, I actually think that this is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury foundation. And so is the e.l.f. I'm not too sure about that, but I'm going to have to look that up. And it doesn't look like you get that much product on there. But we'll just see. I haven't used a bouncy or like a jelly product before, but I've been curious about them. So right off the bat, it feels very, very nice on your skin. It's kind of like a bouncy gel. And that's just what it looks like. And I did pick up a berry color. I kind of need more berry colors in my makeup stash. And then here is a swatch of the cheek and lip tint. Because these are tinted, they are going to be super pigmented. And this actually reminds me of paint. So I have to make sure not to leave that laying around. But I put way too much. But yeah, this is such a beautiful color, especially for the fall. And I could tell that it's super buildable. That is a beautiful color. But yeah, a little bit goes a long way with both of these. So to get started, we're going to be using the Hydrating Face Primer. Ooh, this is like a clear gel. And this glides on it very nicely on the skin. And it feels really nice. I love that primer. Because it's like a gel consistency, it does have like a cooling effect when you first put it on. And I feel like gel-based products are great for, when you're just waking up in the morning and you need to put on some makeup. It feels really nice and kind of calms down the face. And so far, I really like that. I love that consistency. So for this makeup today, I want to kind of keep it super simple. So to get started, I'm going to be using the Amuse eyeshadow primer. And we're actually going to be playing around with a newer Dollar Tree item. So this one I actually just opened. This is the Rimmel London Scandal Eyes eyeshadow stick, and this is in the shade Witness White, and this is 24-hour and waterproof. It's been such a long time since I put on an eyeshadow stick. I remember back in the day when I used to wear eyeshadow sticks, like just like all white ones, as a base for makeup. I'm just going to take my brush and just blend that out. And then I'm actually going to be taking my Cargo Cosmetics Essentials palette. And we're just going to be using this shade in City Hall. And I'm going to just kind of plop that over the top. And I don't want to do too much because I'm not looking to get rid of that shimmer. And I'm going to go over it one more time. And then over the top, I'm going to use the LA Colors Shimmer Eyeshadow Topper. It has like iridescent glitter in here. And I've only used it once, but so far I really like it. I wanted to create a semi-white makeup look today, or an eye look, just to kind of see what this does. I wore this eyeshadow topper around like the end of October, and I wasn't too sure how it blend with other colors. And over that, I'm actually going to be wearing the Wet n Wild Chameleon Chrome, and this is in the shade. This one is actually called Venus Swing. I actually had to memorize it because this one does not have the name on the packaging for some reason. But this is the blue one, and this is in the shade Venus Swing. This is a highlighter, but we're just going to put that on the top. I feel like these chrome highlighters make a beautiful eyeshadow. Ooh, and it kind of gave it like a pinky color. That looks really pretty. Let's go ahead and get into the rest of the face. I'm going to be using the Flawless Glow Foundation. I like that I didn't have to really clean up my eyes too much. Because I didn't use a powder eyeshadow, I didn't have any fallout. So right off the bat, it really makes your skin glow, like significantly. And it's actually pretty hydrating. But the glow is super intense. Like, I would say more intense than the e.l.f. Halo Glow, if I'm being honest. Like, look at that. That is like dewy AF. So I just applied one coat. Yeah, like that's really nice. But I'm going to apply just a little bit more. I actually really like that. That is like really good for like drugstore makeup. So then next we're going to be trying out the concealer. And I think I got the lightest shade that they had. So we're not going to put too much on because I don't want to look like a ghost. So that's not bad. Yeah, I feel like that did a good job correcting the under eye discoloration. Yeah, I really like that. And I like that it's not super, super white on me. That was actually the perfect shade. So next we're going to be using the cheek and lip tint. And this is in the shade Dust. And I don't think I'm going to be using this item for lips, but the jelly product I will. So I feel like that's okay. We'll just see what this says. I feel like I put too much, but it kind of squeezes out on its own, which I really don't like. Well, hopefully I didn't apply too much. Oh no, I think I did apply too much. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to work with it. Because a little bit goes a long way with this. So this color is really beautiful. It's really like, it's very hydrating and it's not as pigmented as other tints, I guess you can say. But I feel like if you did layer this, you would probably get more of that color. But I do like sometimes when the tints are more on the lighter side, because a little bit goes a long way with this. And yeah, so as you can see, that blends out very smoothly. I was a little bit worried at first, but that actually looks pretty good for me applying too much. So it's been about close to an hour since I applied this. I feel like this lip balm like sunk more into my lips and it feels more like a lip balm now. When I put it on at first, it kind of goes on as a gloss, but later on, within like an hour, it kind of has more of that lip balm feel. Next, we're going to be taking the MCoBeauty Miracle Flawless Pressed Powder. And we're just going to be applying that all over the face. And this is in the shade Medium Warm. And hopefully it covers up that blush a little bit. Wow, so upon one application, my face is still dewy from that liquid foundation, and this is like amazing. So this does a really nice job with setting my skin and especially that cheek color. I feel like it kind of brought that down to a more natural blush look. So for my eyes today, I'm just going to be using my Maybelline Sky High Mascara. And I'm going to kind of keep it simple. I'm not going to add any eyeliner today. I wanted to show you guys real quick. Look at how much this mascara really adds to my eyes. Like, this is just using a few coats of this mascara, and I feel like it just like makes your eyelashes like almost flawless. I feel like this is one of the better mascaras from Maybelline that I've tried in a while, besides the Mega Lash. But this one is, I love it so much. I've always liked mascaras to be kind of chunky, to give the effects of wearing a fake lash, because personally, I don't really like fake lashes. I have worn them once, around like Halloween, but I don't know, like I understand why people like wearing them, but it's just so much work. And it's just like extra money. But I understand that, like if you have like shorter lashes, and I feel like it frames the face really nicely. Favorite. So if you guys ever see the Maybelline Sky High mascara, it is about like $12, which is kind of pricey, but I highly recommend it. I think it's either $8 to $12, so a little bit more than the Great Lash, but this is really good. And this is only a few coats, and it dries really quickly. And I feel like this mascara is perfect for on days where you're wearing like lighter eye makeup, or you're kind of like in a hurry, or you need to wear something quick. So next we're going to be trying the jelly tint, and we're going to be trying that on the lips today. Ooh, that's so weird to wear on the lips. Kind of has like a wet feeling. Warren, have you ever accidentally left your lip product in your laundry, and then you end up putting it on and it's like wet? That's how it feels. Okay, so it gave me really nice color. I feel like it definitely helped wearing my lip balm underneath the tint, because I don't know, I have used lip tints before, and they're kind of, you have to be careful with them because um they're so like staining. But yeah, that's actually really nice. I don't know if I like that texture, like that feeling of like wet, like on the lips. And in the packaging, it looks black, but I don't know if you guys would be able to see it, but it's kind of like jelly. It's like playing with jello. I like that. But yeah, I love this color. This is such a good a good lip color, especially if you're like into like pink color. And lastly, for my under eyes, I'm going to be using this loose powder. Oh, this comes with a little sponge. I love that. That is so cute. So this is a quad, and it has 4 colors. So we're just going to put that on the lid. Yeah, and you can see the 4 colors. I love this little thing so much. So we're just going to take that and then apply that under the eyes. This is the perfect little sponge for under the eyes. So this is definitely color correcting. I'm not too sure about using this. I got to feel like it makes my blush disappear a little bit, but I think I applied too much. I feel like it did something under my eyes, but I feel like it kind of got rid of the blush a little bit. So if I use this product, I would have to apply the blush at the very end. But I feel like it did help a little bit with the discoloration right here. I would have to use it consistently to kind of get like a real opinion on it. I feel like if you use too much of this, it kind of makes you look more pale. But it does a good job with the discoloration. It's harder to blend like other loose powders I've used like in the past. So I feel like if I was having super discoloration on my face, this would be pretty good. As you can see, it did kind of help that dark pigmentation I have right here. But to be honest, I don't feel like I would wear this too often. It is kind of hard to blend with this little sponge here. I do feel like it kind of left my face feeling a little bit chalky, and I had to like really spend time patting it down. And it did unfortunately take away some of the blush color. So at least it does its job with color correcting. This is the completed look for today. I was actually pretty surprised on the foundation because of how glowy it gave my skin. And I would say, like, with e.l.f. Halo Glow being like a lot of people's favorite ever since it came out, this is really, really good. I feel like these are super comparable with each other. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on the prices, but if I find the prices, I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the screen right now. But yeah, I'm always gonna love this foundation, but I would say if it was cheaper, I would definitely start using this if I wanted to save a couple dollars on my makeup. As far as the coverage go, I would say this foundation is leaned more towards if you want like a glowy look. If you want full coverage, I would probably choose like another product for that. But if you want like a really good glow, this one is really good. Like especially in the summertime, if you want to have like a beachy look, it's just perfect, and it's perfect for wearing light makeup. And yeah, this is really good. This is like a 10 out of 10 for me. Pressed powder is really good. The thing that I really liked about it is I like that it didn't mattify my skin too much because I still want to have some glow to my skin. This concealer is interesting. So I actually expected this to be a little bit more whiter, at least for it to stay like that white color. I haven't always worn concealers. Like, I don't really have a lot of experience with concealers. I actually just started wearing concealer, I would say like a few years ago, for like under the eyes, but I feel like it kind of like covered everything without leaving that like white, like pasty look, if that makes sense. So this was very interesting. Out of the concealers that I have used, this has been the best one so far. And I normally use like Dollar Tree concealers or Wet n Wild's. I would say this is more on the higher end of that. So I would have to use this a little bit more to really give it like a full review of it. But so far, I really like that. I really do feel like it brightened up on my eyes a little bit. And I know this was strictly like an MCoBeauty review, but I actually loved how my eyes turned out. I loved the using just like one simple shade today. And this makes a really good eye topper. So if they do still have this at Dollar Tree, definitely pick it up. I feel like you could wear this with so many looks. And honestly, I really love these two products. I could see wearing this as a lipstick, but maybe next time I can do a lip and a cheek in one full look just to see what kind of color it gives off. But this is a really nice product, especially for the lips. Wearing it with that lip balm, it's like really hydrating. It's not sticky, it's not tacky. It glides on really smooth. The only downside I would have to say is if you're someone who doesn't really like textures, as much like I do. It kind of has like that wet feeling. So if you don't like that at all, you probably wouldn't like this. But if you can get over that, it does give a really nice color. This one right here, I really liked it. I feel like it's not as pigmented as I would expect from a tinted lip and cheek product, but it was interesting. I would feel like this is more on the watery side for like a tinted product, which was kind of unexpected, but I do feel like with one little simple coat, even if you accidentally put too much on your skin like I did today, it still blends out really nice, and it kind of dilutes a little bit as you are blending it in. But I feel like you could definitely build the color up if you want more of a super rich blush. But it's really hydrating and it feels really nice. I would definitely repurchase. I would definitely like to see the other colors that they have. I love this primer. This is a really nice primer. I feel like this primer is really lightweight and it's not as greasy as other primers I've used. And if you've tried the MCoBeauty products, go ahead and let me know how you feel about this makeup brand in the comments. And thank you so much for watching my video today. As always, make sure you are kind today. Make sure you pay it forward. Make sure you help out your neighbor, your friends, help out someone in need. And make sure you go hug your cats today. And make sure you're kind to yourself. Treat yourself. Buy yourself something nice. Buy yourself some MCoBeauty. I hope you guys are having an amazing fall season. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.